way Dylan Sprouse just announced his baby news has fans crying. A single photo posted at sunset broke the internet on a quiet weekday. Dylan Sprouse and his wife Barbara Palvin, the Hungarian supermodel he met on a movie set in 2017, just announced they are expecting their first baby. Within 6 hours, the post had over 4 million likes. Disney Channel fans who grew up watching Zach and Cody on The Sweet Life are now grown adults, realizing one of their favorite child stars is about to become a father. The way they shared the news, the timing, and the people who reacted first are all part of a much bigger love story that started in a Budapest hotel almost a decade ago. But first, here is the question every fan typed into the comments. How did they announce it? And what does the photo actually show? The post went up on Barbara's Instagram first. One single image. Soft golden light, taken on what looks like a back porch in their home upstate. Dylan stands behind her with both hands resting on her stomach. She is laughing. He is looking at her, not the camera. The caption was 4 words. Our next big adventure. A second slide showed a baby sonogram taped to the door of their fridge, next to a magnet shaped like a tiny cat. Because the couple is known for being obsessed with their 3 rescue cats, no date for the birth was given. No baby name, just the news, just the photo, just the 2 of them. Dylan reposted it minutes later with his own caption. He wrote, "Already outnumbered. Wouldn't trade it." Fans melted. Who reacted first? His twin brother Cole Sprouse, who has been more private about his own life lately, commented in 3 words. Welcome to chaos. Riverdale co-star Lili Reinhart left a row of crying emojis. Sweet Life of Zach and Cody star Brenda Song, who is herself a mother of 2, wrote the best ride of your life. Even Ashley Tisdale chimed in with a heart and a tiny sparkle. The supermodel side of the comment section was just as loud. Bella Hadid, Joan Smalls, and Adriana Lima all reposted the announcement to their own stories within the hour. Old Sweet Life fans started a hashtag that trended worldwide by sundown. Now, here is where the story really starts. Because to understand why this announcement hit so hard, the relationship behind it has to be retold. Dylan and Cole Sprouse were once 2 of the most famous kids on the planet. They starred in The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody starting in 2005, then The Sweet Life on Deck, and a string of films before that. By the time Dylan was a teenager, he was a household name in over 130 countries. But instead of milking that fame, both twins did something rare. They stepped away. They enrolled at New York University. Cole studied archaeology. Dylan studied video game design. They walked away from the industry for several years and lived like regular college students in a small Brooklyn apartment. Dylan came back to acting in 2017 with a movie called Dismissed. That same year, while shooting a different project, he was set up on a blind date in Budapest with Barbara Palvin. She had already been a Victoria's Secret angel. She had walked for every major designer in the world. She was 23 years old. He was 24. They met in person, talked all night, and started a long-distance relationship that confused tabloids for years. By 2018, they were photographed walking her dog in New York. By 2019, they had moved in together. By 2022, they were engaged. In July 2023, they got married twice. The first wedding was a small civil ceremony in New York. The second was a traditional Hungarian wedding at her family's countryside home outside Budapest, with both Sprouse twins standing under a wooden archway covered in white flowers. Cole gave a speech that made everyone cry. Barbara wore a custom Vivienne Westwood gown. Dylan wrote his own vows by hand on a folded piece of paper that he kept in his pocket for years afterward. So what comes next for them, and why does this baby news feel so big? For one, both of them have spoken openly in past interviews about wanting kids. Barbara said in a 2024 cover story for Vogue Hungary that she pictured a future with a small army of children and a kitchen full of cats. Dylan said on a podcast that he wanted to be the kind of dad who shows up to every school play with embarrassing flowers. They built their home in upstate New York with future kids in mind. They run a middery business together that they have already said they want to teach their children about. Beyond that, this baby will be the first niece or nephew on the Sprouses' side. Cole has not announced any plans of his own. The twins are extremely close and have lived parallel lives since birth. So the fact that Dylan is doing this first feels meaningful to anyone who has followed their story since the Sweet Life days. So when will the baby actually arrive? Neither Dylan nor Barbara has confirmed a due date. Several baby experts who looked at the screen-grabbed sonogram online estimated, based on the visible details, that she is roughly 18 to 20 weeks along. That means the baby would arrive in the back half of this year, likely in the fall. The couple has not confirmed where the birth will happen. Some sources say they want to give birth in Hungary, so the baby qualifies for dual citizenship. Other sources point to a hospital in New York. Either way, fans are already on watch. But the real story is what was on that first sonogram. Not a name, not a number, not a brand, just the soft outline of a future that two people have been quietly building for almost 10 years. He kept his vows folded in his pocket for months. She kept his old hoodies stacked in her closet through every job. They survived long-distance dating, time zones, language barriers, and Hollywood gossip cycles. They came out the other side with a fridge magnet shaped like a cat and a tiny black and white image taped beside it. So why does this announcement feel different from most celebrity baby news? Most former Disney Channel kids end up in tabloid headlines for the wrong reasons. Drug stories, breakdowns, bitter fights with the networks that raised them. The Sprouse twins broke that pattern hard. They walked away from Hollywood at the peak of their fame. They paid their own way through New York University. They kept their inheritance private. Dylan opened a middery in upstate New York called All Wise Middery, where he hand-makes traditional honey wine and ships it across the country. Cole built a serious photography career and produced indie projects. They both chose careers that were quieter than acting could ever be. That backstory matters for one reason. Dylan stepping into fatherhood is not the same as a 22-year-old reality star stepping into fatherhood. He has spent the last decade building a slow, steady, intentional life. He chose a partner who values privacy as much as he does. He even chose a baby announcement that did not include a six-figure magazine cover deal. That alone is rare in 2026. The other big piece is Barbara's family back in Hungary. Her grandmother, who helped raise her, is still alive and lives in the same small town outside Budapest. That grandmother is now going to meet her great-grandchild. Barbara has reportedly started taking Hungarian lessons with Dylan so they can both speak it to the baby from day one. If this story warmed you up the way it warmed up the internet, hit subscribe so the next celeb love update lands first in your feed. Drop a like to spread the news to other Sweet Life fans who just realized they grew up. Share it with the friend who has rewatched every Sprouse movie at least twice. More celeb deep dives are dropping every week.